Right now I'm in a national forest just outside of Rocky Mountain National Park. There's been a lot of forest fires and stuff in the area here, so everything is charred black and all the evergreens are orange and dying, I guess. But anyways, I'm really close to the entrance for Rocky Mountain, and I did get a reservation for their ticketed system, but that's not for another couple days, because originally I was going to spend more time hanging out in Wyoming and, you know, doing a little bit more in Colorado before I got here. But, you know, that didn't work out, so we're going to sneak in again, like at Glacier. I'm going to get up at 4:30 here and then go ahead and drive in. So I parked right over here next to the entrance of this big parking area so that I could just drive straight out without waking anybody up. So here we go. So I probably just saw over 100 elk. And that's not even like a, haha, I saw 100, like I at least saw 100 elk while driving up here. And about 5 or more moose just kind of hanging out. That's crazy. I wish they had their antlers right now. I saw like a couple that had like little buds, but yeah, they're still growing them for the summer and such, but still, it's insane. There's an insane amount of elk. Look at this huckleberry yogurt. The pressure change was not good to this. Alright, so I'm going to try and cover it with a paper towel here for when it inevitably explodes. Okay. Alright, that wasn't that bad. If I can smell that, bears, I can get it. At about 11,000 feet right now or so. My right eye feels like it's about to pop out of my face. I think the highest point is in like the 12,000s on this road, so that's probably the highest elevation I've ever been in my life. My lungs haven't collapsed yet, so we're doing all right. So I'm not really afraid of heights, but this is terrifying. Holy crap. I kind of wonder if I can't get all the way up there to that peak. You know, I feel pretty good actually for being at such a high elevation and having never been this this high of an elevation before. I think it's good that I hung out for a little bit at sunrise. Kind of got acclimated to it for an hour or so. I'll probably feel like I have an ear infection a little later today, but for now, it's all right. Yeah, we summited something. I don't know what this is, but we did it. This is really cool. So it shows where different national parks are. I got my Great Smoky Mountains. They're 1,280,000, I guess, miles that direction. Acadia, just under 2,000 miles. Haven't been there yet, but we'll be going there later this summer. That's so cool. Carlsbad Caverns. We were just over there checking out Guadalupe not too long ago. Grand Canyon's only 460 miles, huh? I guess Colorado's more, I don't know. It's really center of the state. Oh, Yosemite, 770. That's fun. Well, as much as I'd love to go check out that mountain over there, looks like the area is closed. Gotta protect the tundra, it says, which I'm all about protecting the tundra. I'm also all about climbing that mountain, but whatever. We'll follow the rules. So actually, I can go up to this mountain peak. I just couldn't do it from over there. There was a dude that was skiing over in this area. It has something to do with, there's some flowers up there. I don't know. So instead of going straight up, I'm gonna kind of go the long way and take the ridge. It's a little bit of a longer walk, but I think it'll be easier than trying to go up something too steep. That is crazy. Also, the more and more, I can't even breathe. The more and more I climb this thing, the more and more I'm starting to think I shouldn't have listened to that skier. This probably isn't allowed, but we're already up here, so it is what it is at this point. There's a little glacier here. Some animal walked up it. I guess it had a death wish. Not bad, not bad. All right, so I looked at the map I downloaded last night. This is Sundance Mountain. So elevation is about 12,466 feet, which is pretty good. That's the highest I've ever been. And I don't think I'm going to summit anything taller on this particular trip, so we'll take it. We'll take it. Some other time I want to come back and do Mount Whitney or whatever it is, the one that's next to Yosemite and Sequoia area, the one that's like way in the 14,000 feet range. Because you don't even have to have any climbing knowledge to get up it, but I'd like to come back and hike that one in the summer when all the ice is melted. And Rainier would be a cool one to hike or climb. It's not really a hike at that point. Knock out some of the larger mountains in the lower 48. We'll see, but for now I'm content with this. I need to hurry up and probably start heading down. Man, the sun hasn't been up really that long at all. I'm already starting to sink into the snow a little bit more than I was earlier. That must be the trick. You just got to be on this ice early. Another quick little trail. This one's overlooking the mostly dead forest right now. I don't know if it's because of the fires or if it's just winter-y, but it's pretty neat. I like this formation right over here. It's kind of more jagged than a lot of the other mountains you see, and the peak of that one over there is pretty dang cool. It's like a little plateau, and there's marmots all over the place too. They're pretty adorable. All right, so that's gonna be it for the Rockies. I know there's the other area like the Bear Lake that a lot of people visit, but they're the way they have Rocky Mountain set up is there's two reservation systems. There's one for Bear Lake and one for like the main road that goes through the Rockies. So I wouldn't be able to get on Bear Lake unless I waited until like 5 p.m. or something, and I gotta hit the road. I need to be getting home. So we're starting to drive back now. I'm gonna make a few stops on the way. I'm gonna hang out. There's like a place in Kansas, like a prairie dog place, a state park, I think. So I'm gonna stop there, try to see a prairie dog. I'm gonna stop at St. Louis, check out the arch. I've been through it a few times, but never really gotten a good picture of it, or I've never ridden the little trolley thing or whatever, roller coaster, whatever they got going on that goes up into the arch. And then we'll briefly stop at the Smokies and do a hike or two there. I haven't really spent a lot of time in the Smoky Mountains. I have spent a ton of time just south of it in some of the national forests, but it'd be cool. I thought it'd be fun to go from the Rockies to the Smokies in one video. I'll name the video something like that, something cute. So we'll have done a few hikes in the Rockies and a few hikes in the Smokies, and then we'll be good. We're ready to head on home. So that's the plan. Got a little road trip ahead of us. Kansas now at Prairie Dog State Park. They're fussing about something. I'm gonna get my good camera out and put a telephoto on it and see how good of a photo I can get here. Alright, screw these little jerks. They won't let you get close to them at all. Are people not feeding these stupid things and making it easier on the photographers? That's usually how it works when you get to parks like this. Little jerks, they like chirp at each other and they let you know you're coming. So you get like anywhere near them and another one's like, hey, watch out, that dude with the camera's coming, you better go freaking back down in that stupid hole you dug. I was hoping this would be like a got a picture, yay, and I could leave, but no. I hate these daggum things. One's poking his stupid little head up over there. Yeah, I see you. There's a little family of them right here. Keep thinking they'll pop back up. This thing's the worst. He's just sitting there cussing at me. I know there's more of them in there. These little rodents don't know that I have a schedule to keep here. I gotta get to a Walmart tonight in the middle of Kansas, and I'm like north frickin' Kansas. I hate these things. I got places to be. I hope a hawk comes by and starts snatching them. Alright, I think I figured these little jerks out. When I was driving in, like a bunch of them were just running across the road like as if they were trying to get hit by my car. And I was watching and they weren't like afraid of vehicles. So they're idiots. Anyways, point is I can just drive around and then take pictures of them that way. So that's what I'm gonna do. Prairie dog! Jerk. Alright, I'm done. I don't care anymore. They're prairie dogs, alright? We came, we saw. Stupid freaking animals. I honestly thought it would be one of those situations where people like fed them all the time so that you could just kind of like walk right up to it and like take an up close picture or something. Like some of those chipmunk pictures I've gotten of those like psychopath chipmunks on top of mountains that people just toss like peanuts to or something. Stupid freaking thing. St. Louis is scary, man. I don't know about this place. Hey, look! I'm driving over this frickin' bridge again because these roads are confusing. This is like, what, the 4th time I've driven across the Mississippi River? Either I'm an idiot, or these roads are really messed up. Who's to say which one it is? Alright, I'm driving back across this bridge. I felt like I was gonna die going the other way. Just gonna snap a photo while driving. Legal. Totally legal. It's gonna be a bad photo, but do what you gotta do.
Welcome to Missouri.
Thanks. So why did I cross the Mississippi and gas prices went up 50 cents? I went in and spoke to an employee and we're allowed to stay in the parking lot here, so I'm going to be hanging out in this Love's parking lot tonight and then we'll head on into Nashville. Alright, thanks Love's, appreciate it. Actually, we might be at this Love's a little longer than I anticipated. Charging system light came on. It says there's some issue with the charging system. It stays on, there's no problem, it needs to be checked immediately, blah blah blah. So I pulled over, stopped, and just looked at it in the book, and then when I turned the van back on to drive just right back over here to the Love's, which I had just pulled out, like, I mean, it was just like right over there. Like, all the lights on my dash just started flickering and going crazy, so I don't know. I don't know what the heck's going on right now. Good times. I don't know, I think the battery's fine. I didn't have any trouble starting it anyway, so from what I've been reading online, it looks like it might be the alternator. I don't know how to test an alternator, so I'm gonna like look into that. I'm also gonna start the battery up and test it and see if that changes anything. I don't know. Not ideal. Well, I don't think it's a battery. I just did a little start test and everything, and it didn't, I mean, it had the right voltage and everything. I turned like everything on and plugged up all the stuff I charge on it. And I mean, I was staying right where I should in terms of voltage. So it seems like the alternator is supplying the right amount of power too. So I don't know what it is. That's one of these, from what I was reading online, it could be a million things. The computer also regulates like how much power or whatever is going places. So I've heard sometimes in town and countries that can be an issue. Could just be a bad wire, some weird connection. I don't know. I have no clue. Everything's still closed though because it's Sunday. And if I have it towed somewhere, you can't ride with people right now if they tow your stuff. So, because of COVID, so I'm gonna have to pay for like a Uber or something. There's a mechanic that's just 1.5 miles up the road, so I could maybe have it sent there and then just walk. Or I could just drive it, it's so close, you know. But I'm gonna have to hang out here in this Love's for the rest of the day and night until I can have anything done tomorrow morning. So that kind of sucks, but you know, it is what it is. Hopefully it's not too big of an issue, or maybe I'll turn it on and never have the issue again. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep researching and see what I can find. Well, I called over to this mechanic, but he didn't pick up. I left him a message. I'll probably call back again in a second. If it's just like him there right now or something, he might be busy just doing a bunch of stuff, so we'll see. I'm just doing like morning stuff and trying to wake up and all. Hopefully we'll be back on the road soon. So the mechanic just called me back. I'm gonna go ahead and try to drive it over there. He seems to think it's the alternator from just what we spoke about, but you know, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Well, here we are. He's helping someone else right now, but I'm gonna get it figured out. So there wasn't really any big issues. As soon as we popped open the hood, he went to go put the little battery testers on the battery, and it just about popped the wires that were crimped onto the terminals off. And he was like, well, I think that's probably the issue. And it was. He just put a bolt through them because it's a newer style of connection to the battery or whatever from like the older ones. And so he just put a bolt through it, kind of bent it until it worked, and then bolted it on. And now it's holding on probably better than it ever has to the terminals. And it's good. No issues at all now. So that was the problem. No battery issues, no alternator issues. So it's about as good a, you know, it's about as good a situation as it could have been. Just slowed me down a little bit. Super nice guy. He didn't even charge me. And I tried to pay him, I really did, but he was just like, nah, it's fine, don't worry about it. So good guy. He's a good guy. GMK Automotive in New Baden, Illinois. Best daggum service around. Made it. Back on my home turf here. I'm so excited to be back in the Appalachian. I almost cried when I saw the mountains off in the distance. And then I saw kudzu, which I was very happy to see for some reason. I have no clue why. We did it, we made it back. Well, it's starting to get a little rainy, so that might change the plans up a little bit. The difference in humidity though is just crazy. You know, when you're out west and it's hot, it's just dry and hot. Here it feels like the heat kind of sticks to you. That's like the best way I can describe it if you've never really been in like super humid heat. It's just like, I don't know. It's gross. But it's part of it, you know? It's what it's like being here at home. 40 minutes out. It's weird. I feel anxious for some reason. Almost like I shouldn't be going back home. I don't know. Anyways, let's get going. Well, here we go. Made it back in one piece. So trip one's done. Now it's just work for a little bit and then more trips.